Welcome to the latest episode of the Forecast in 5. I'm your host, Seth Katz. Joining us today is Dr. Narineh Makijan. Dr. Makijan serves as the Assistant Vice President and Chair of the Los Angeles Regional Consortium. LARC is the collective voice of LA County's 19 community colleges and has a goal of bridging the gap between the county's workplace and workforce. With over 20 years of experience in counseling and career and technical education programming, Dr. Makijan assists these colleges in fostering relationships with key regional employers to enrich their career technical educational programs while creating new apprenticeship opportunities and upskilling the current labor force. Welcome, Dr. Makijan. Appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you so much, Seth, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and share more about our region and the important work that we're doing.
Of course. Well, let's get started with the questions. LARC has been highly effective in its ability to collaborate with its member institutions to provide career and technical education while bridging the gap between employers, students, educators, and industry. What makes LARC distinctive in comparison to other community college systems in large cities across the U.S.?
Well, I first appreciate the acknowledgement of the success, but we know that we can always do more. So LARC unites all 19 community colleges across LA County, making it one of the largest coordinated efforts. And because our colleges act as one, we are the strongest system, and we deliver on the promise of accessible, quality education for all. We know that community colleges are truly the economic engine for our diverse communities that we serve, and we provide accessible pathways to higher education and workforce readiness, which in turn opens economic and social mobility for everyone. And this scale of coordinated effort enables us to have resources, align strategies, and really create consistent high-quality CTE programs that serve 500,000 students in our region. And unlike any other system where community colleges actually support each other, maybe individually in their silos, LARC really fosters a unified collective approach to addressing workforce needs, where we are working with colleges with their unique needs and challenges as they each juggle student enrollment and resource allocation. We believe that a shared investment in the work really allows us to do it a little bit stronger and better. In addition to that, we are able to really focus on the unique advantages with the robust, innovative economy, supporting our communities, and really helping our community members achieve their personal and professional goals. In addition to that, we do this in multiple ways. One is we have strategic industry alignment. We are very much data-driven in terms of making decisions about our programming and how to scale that work. We are really committed to equity and access, and we really take pride in bridging the gap between education and industry. And we see ourselves as a regional convener with our colleges, with our universities, with our employers, with our K-12 partners, workforce boards, policy makers, organizations. So this is really a powerful model for us to see systemic change and produce scalable, equitable workforce solutions.
Excellent. As employers struggle with recruitment and retention issues, LARC's 19 colleges help address talent shortages by providing a steady stream of new apprentices and recruits. Why should hiring managers across the region be paying attention to LARC and its members?
Yeah, great question. So, hiring managers should pay attention to our regional consortium and the 19 colleges because we are strategically positioned to be a critical partner in addressing talent shortages and workforce development challenges. We are the direct pipeline to skilled talent. We have over 200 career and technical education programs that are aligned with high demand sectors such as healthcare, advanced manufacturing, IT, construction, clean energy, and more. So these programs are really designed with input from industry partners, ensuring that we also have completion rates, as well as we provide opportunities for incumbent workers for reskilling, upskilling, and really job ready with skills employers need today. And with a student count of over 500,000, an average of almost 84,000 awards granted over the past 3 years in our region, LARC really is a critical resource in developing workforce that's equipped to really meet the challenges of today's labor market. And we do this with not only being the direct skill pipeline, but also we have a strong focus on career connected learning, which is apprenticeships, internships, other work-based learning opportunities, which really provide that hands-on skills and training needed for our students and the workforce. And we also really emphasize credit for prior learning, competency-based education, military articulation, so that we help our employers recruit new talent, but also ensure that our workers are equipped with practical and relevant experience from day one. And as I mentioned before, we have strong regional alignment with industry needs, access to really diverse talent pipeline within our region. We have a very collaborative regional approach, which means unlike any standalone institution, LARC facilitates cross-collaboration. So employers benefit from region-wide coordination and access to talent across all 19 campuses. Whether an employer is willing to fill one position or scaling and hiring initiative, LARC can provide that support and solutions at scale, as well as really employer engagement and custom solutions. So if our employers need customized workforce training through short-term training programs, contract ed, non-credit, not for credit, we are able to co-develop curriculum and really make those opportunities possible for employers, which makes it a true partnership, not just a pipeline. We hope to be seen as strategic partners and as well as helping to solve real-time recruitment and retention challenges across LA County.
Definitely. Employers should be paying attention.
Yes.
How does LARC collaborate with K-12, especially high schools across LA County and their various stakeholders, including students, counselors, parents, faculty, staff, and the community at large?
Yeah, well, LARC not only is working in terms of regional collaboration across our 19 community colleges, we also do have the K-12 Strong Workforce Initiative. And what we do here at LARC is we are that coordinating body for the K-12 Strong Workforce. And what that means is last year, for example, it was the 7th round of the K-12 Strong Workforce funding. For LARC, for our region, we received $25 million, which is available to our K-12 partners within the region to build K-14 career and technical education pathway alignment. The application process is competitive and needs to be based off of regional workforce needs, utilizing the data in our LARC regional plan. And we'll be sure to share the link to our regional plan with you so you could share it with your listeners as well. But additionally, we really have an opportunity with a really strong infrastructure at LARC to support our LEAs to successfully build K-14 CT pathway alignment, which also includes dual enrollment college courses across our 19 campuses. And this collaborative leadership is really at the heart of how Strong Workforce operates. And the way Key Talent is structured and deployed across the region really reflects a strong human investment in capital. And it's also clear that it really, really helps to bridge the community college and the K-12 partnership. And leaders in our K-12 Strong Workforce program that work with not only our community colleges, but our K-12 districts, which includes, of course, the counselors, the staff, the teachers, the faculty. Really, our region has a unique infrastructure with human capital that really positions us to be able to be more intentional with building those opportunities and pathways for our students. In addition to that, our region has also invested our Strong Workforce Regional Funds in providing funding to each of our 19 colleges for what we call career pathway specialists. And those are individuals that are on the community college side. And we have our pathway coordinators on the K-12 side, and they cross-collaborate to ensure that there is pathway alignment, K-14 pathway alignment, to ensure that there are dual enrollment opportunities. And this really gives students an opportunity to begin their career pathways at the secondary, earn dual enrollment credits, earn industry certifications, in some cases, in some of our districts, even an associate's degree by the time they graduate from high school. And it's really an example where we're modeling a collaborative mindset and really breaking down silos between systems to support student success. And we know that dual enrollment is a game changer for equity and access. So our regional infrastructure really invests and focuses on building strong relationships across education and workforce systems to make our shared goals possible, which we know in turn absolutely support student success from secondary to post-secondary as they navigate their career journeys.
That's great. And I'm glad you were able to touch on that cross collaboration that's taking place. Technology and healthcare are two popular industries that many will pursue careers in, especially since there will be an ongoing demand for a skilled workforce. Can you share more about LARC's connection to these industries and any others where LARC is having a significant impact?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned our LARC regional plan, and we have 8 priority sectors that we really focus our strategies around. And those sectors have been identified based off of need within those areas, more specifically within our region. So what we do is, as I mentioned earlier, we're very much data driven in terms of ensuring that we are filling the needs of our workforce and ensuring that our students are placed in positions as close as possible to their field of study. So with that, I also shared earlier that we'll share the link to our LARC regional plan, but I'm also happy to share the LARC sub-regional plans. As you know, LA County is geographically widespread. So what we did is we have our region split into 6 sub-regions, and we did a really hyper-focused data study on what are the programmings that's offered within those sub-regions and what are the large employers looking for and how many job opportunities are there, right? And we're looking at middle skilled jobs because we're a community college and that's the level that we actually support our students with. Of course, we have baccalaureate degrees as well, but a large majority of our work is around the middle skilled positions for our students that we're serving. So as it relates to really top priority, we have the 8 that we focus on, but as it relates to healthcare, LARC has made an investment in healthcare workforce. And we actually recently just had a healthcare program advisory in partnership with LAEDC, and a few of our healthcare providers that participated were Kaiser, Cedars-Sinai, AltaMed, UCLA Health, and we have others that we continually facilitate discussion and work together to ensure that there is strategic industry academic collaborations and really building curriculum and training programs across our 19 community colleges with real-time labor market needs. And so that program advisory and others that we've done across our 8 priority industry sectors is a great model because it allows us to really hear firsthand from our industry partners what they're looking for, what their challenges may be, to also know what type of talent our community college programs actually produce, the level of certifications on opportunities we have. And this is just one way, one example of how we ensure that we're not only real time, but we're also sharing, because we know education and workforce sometimes speaks different languages, that we're also at the table together collaboratively looking for solutions to ensure that we meet those workforce demands. In addition to that, as a region, we have an allied health regional project that 19 of our community colleges collaborate on. And this is led by one of our exceptional deans at West LA College, which allows, again, a collaboration across the 19 with our CSU partners, as well as our workforce leaders, to be able to identify what are critical needs in healthcare and how could we respond to those. And as it relates to IT, we know that there's, AI and automation and digital transformation. So we really want to be at the forefront. And as a regional consortium, we have programming from cybersecurity to software development to IT support, numerous different areas that we provide. And one of our strong partners there is Microsoft and others. And we recently in November had an AI Innovation Summit. And through that summit, we really built an amazing support from experts in the field who are now continuing to provide professional development in our region. And we also were able to get a sponsorship from Microsoft for AI bootcamp for our faculty, 40 of our faculty to go through. So we're really working and connecting with our industry and experts in the field not only as it relates to IT, technology, and healthcare, but other areas to ensure that we are providing solutions to those workforce gaps, and we ensure that we're preparing our students for jobs for the future, and really keeping up to date with all these technological advances that we're seeing.
Very good. And since we did touch on technology, that brings us to the next question where that's tied in. And over the next decade, how do you envision community colleges across the country will evolve in this age of AI?
Yeah, great question. So I think, collaborative networks like LARC with the LA19 colleges and other partners, whether it's four-year universities, organizations, or industry, we play a pivotal role in preparing the workforce for the age of AI. Our institutions are really uniquely positioned to respond quickly to industry needs, building equitable access to emerging tech careers and equipping our students not only with both technical, but also human-centered skills, right? And so, AI is going to transform industries. Probably almost every industry will somehow be impacted. And although some fear that jobs will be taken away, I anticipate more jobs will be created as well. And I think we just need to really embed AI literacy into curriculum across disciplines. That's one of the key areas, not just in computer science, but also in healthcare, in business, in manufacturing, in marketing, so on and so forth, as well as really expanding short-term credential programs and boot camps that are focused on AI-related skills, machine learning, prompt engineering, so on and so forth, as well as really strengthening employer partnerships to ensure that our education is aligned with the real-world AI applications and how that impacts each of those sectors specifically, and make sure that we continue to have what we built in terms of regional industry collaboration. Additionally, I think investing in our faculty upskilling is so important. And we have actually partnered with a lot of individuals, experts, not only Microsoft, but also other organizations and LA County Office of Education as well. And we want to enhance upskilling and professional development for our faculty and our staff. So we're offering professional development series across our region every month, either one or two, depending on the month. So we'll also be happy to share that information with you as well. And most importantly, it's just ensuring access and equity so that our underrepresented communities aren't left behind as the workforce becomes more tech-driven. So it's our responsibility to be sure that we're serving everyone in our communities as well.
Thanks for sharing that. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thanks again for joining us, Dr. Makijan, and really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks to all our viewers for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of the Forecast in 5.